When you think about what makes a new smartphone exciting, what comes to mind? Probably a faster chip, right? Or maybe a better camera. But we're going to argue that the real revolution, the place where all the magic is happening, is the display. Seriously, it's not just a screen anymore. It's the heart of everything.
And let's be honest, doesn't it kind of feel like phone innovation has stalled out a bit? Like every new model is just a slightly different version of the last one? It's a really common feeling. But what if we've all just been looking in the wrong place?
Because the real fight, the absolute battleground for what makes a phone new and exciting, isn't happening inside the processor. It's happening on the piece of glass you touch every single day. The display has become the most important piece of the puzzle, defining a phone's value and its future.
So first up, let's talk about how the display is basically engineering the entire user experience. This isn't just about pixels, it's about how the screen makes you feel.
Really, it all comes down to one big idea: total, seamless immersion. You've got these super sharp resolutions, the perfect blacks of OLED, refresh rates that are buttery smooth, and instant touch response. It all works together to trick your brain to make the digital world feel, well, real.
Here's a simple way to think about it. A standard screen can feel like a little flipbook, right? You can almost see the frames. But a 120 Hz display? That's different. That feels like looking through a clean pane of glass into reality itself. The motion is just that fluid.
And the ultimate goal for that feeling of immersion is to make everything else disappear. To get that true all-screen look, engineers are now putting stuff like fingerprint readers and cameras underneath the display. No notches, no holes. Just a pure, uninterrupted canvas.
Okay, so this tech isn't just changing what you see on the screen, it's completely rewriting the rules for the physical shape of the phone itself.
For what, more than a decade now, we've all been carrying the same basic thing: a rigid, unbending slab of glass.
But not anymore. Now, it's becoming a flexible canvas. I mean, foldable displays are literally breaking the laws of what can fit in your pocket. You can have a normal-sized phone that unfolds into a giant tablet-like screen. That just completely changes what a phone is for.
So, how in the world is that even possible with glass? Well, the secret sauce is this stuff called ultra-thin glass, or UTG. It's this incredible material about as thin as a human hair that can be folded over and over again without breaking. You get that premium feel of real glass, but with the flexibility of plastic. It's wild.
Okay, but a giant, super fast, folding screen, that has to absolutely destroy your battery life, right? Well, not necessarily. And that brings us to the display's most important behind-the-scenes job, being the phone's power broker.
I mean, let's just state the obvious fact. The #1 battery hog on your phone, by a long shot, is that big, bright, beautiful screen. So figuring out how to manage its power is the whole game when it comes to lasting all day.
And the unsung hero that solves this problem is a technology called LTPO. The easiest way to think of it is like a smart automatic transmission for your screen. It lets the display shift its refresh rate up or down depending on exactly what you're doing.
So here's how that actually works for you. When you're playing a fast-paced game, the screen is running at full blast, a super smooth 120 Hz. But the second you stop to just read a web page or look at a picture, LTPO drops it all the way down to just 1 Hz, barely sipping power. It's genius.
All right, so the display has conquered the user experience, it's changing the shape of our phones, and it's even managing its own power. But the final frontier, the most futuristic part of this whole story, is how the screen is turning from something you look at into something that looks back. The screen itself is actually becoming, well, aware. We're talking about a display where you can touch anywhere on it to unlock your phone, but it goes way further than that. Imagine a screen that can monitor your heart rate, or one that uses AI to automatically adjust its color to be easier on your eyes. So what this all means is that your screen is becoming an intelligent surface. It's not just showing you things anymore. Now it's starting to gather information about you, about your health, about the room you're in, to create a way more personal and even healthier experience. Whew. Okay, we've gone from refresh rates to folding glass to health sensors. It's a lot. So what's the bottom line? Why does all of this crazy innovation packed into this one single part of your phone matter so much?
Well, it really boils down to this one simple number: over 30%.
Think about it. All the top-tier phones today are plenty fast. Their cameras are amazing. So in a market where everything is so similar, more than 30% of what makes you feel like one phone is better than another comes directly from its display. It's the one thing you can truly see and feel. And this quote just hits the nail on the head.
At the end of the day, for most people, the biggest difference they can actually feel comes down to two simple questions about the screen. How big and clear is it, and what cool new ways does it fold?
And that really leads us to one last pretty mind-bending question. The screen is no longer just a passive window. It's become this flexible, power-smart, sensing surface. So if your screen can literally become anything, what does that mean your next phone is going to be?